That's why I said no.
How much do gutters cost? Your marriage.
But the good thing is he kills two birds with one stone. He gets the ice off the top and doesn't have to clean those gutters next fall.
No. That's why I said no.
Another fun winter activity, de-icing the car. If you can't see, you can't drive. Not safely, anyway. So British police made this public service video as a reminder.
Look how proud he is. Protecting and serving, one concussion at a time.
I'm gonna be honest with you, if I saw a cop doing that, I'm just gonna confess to everything.
In a world where one man is frozen, welcome to Summer Ice Cop.
That's all, blokes.
The sport of poking your head through ice has spread across the pond to the New World.
Some days you're the window, and some days you're this lady's face.
She even grabbed the steering wheel to, like, propel herself.
From the studio that brought you the smash hit Ice Cop, we present to you Rhinoplasty, the musical.
They should call the cop from the other video.
Yes, hello, officer. Yes, I saw your video on YouTube, and it was really great. And I was just wondering how you did that, because I just keep hitting my head in, and it just won't break.
It's great to see that face, because normally that's how bugs look on the other side of your windshield.
She must have thought that dude was magic.
There's literally only one thing you have to do to get this right.
Ice often forms thicker on windshields than side windows. Why? Trees and buildings near parked cars reflect a tiny bit of heat, enough to slow ice forming on side windows. Windshields face the sky and receive less of this heat. It's 3 a.m. in a frozen parking lot. A snowplow crew, with time to kill, invents a sport called push the shopping cart where it belongs.
Yes! No! Go straight, go straight! No!
Ah, yes. The big box store Olympics.
I approve of this sport. It's kind of like curling, but without all the strategy and pretension.
Go, 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 go.
This is why only 3 wheels work on shopping carts.
You know what else works for getting all the shopping carts in order? Your hands.
Oh, there's security.
My mom used to tell me when I was in high school that nothing good happens after midnight, and I just didn't realize she was talking about this.
Perhaps the most exciting winter sport, at least for spectators, is testing to see if a frozen pool is as solid as it looks.
Hey, Damon, I dare you to walk out on the ice. Okay. That's all it takes.
He's wearing Crocs in winter.
As a Southern boy, born and raised, we never have ice that stand-onable, if that's a word. Can I make up a word? We don't have stand-onable ice. It's not a thing.
Uh-oh, it's moving now. It's moving, it went down.
I like how he's pensive at first. And he's like, I don't know, man. Let me go into the middle where it's thinnest and see if that will hold me.
A promising new competitor in the Redneck Winter Olympics. But he lost the gold with the dismount.
People have been doing stupid, crazy activities since the dawn of time. The videos are just giving us an opportunity to witness it.
That is some serious right there, boy.
In almost every corner of the earth.
It's gonna hit the shock.
Watch out.
Every moment of every day.
Damn. Oh, my God.
Cameras are rolling on the most heart-stopping, gut-wrenching, awe-inspiring
This is insane.
weather out there.
We don't really know how to react.
Look at that, dude.
So we wind up mesmerized.
You can't pull away.
This is reality TV.
You think you know your weather? Our team breaks down the science behind the storm.
You can see the water flowing into the vortex.
Inside the most shocking viral videos that will blow your mind. While it pays to be prepared, sometimes you have to roll with the punches.
It's like somebody's sandblasting me right now.
Weather can change in the blink of an eye. And when it does, you better hope you're not in the way. South Korea gets more than its fair share of tropical. But a threat lurks just around the corner that will stop them in their tracks.
You got to realize, especially with all that dirt in the road, that it's not going to be business as usual.
Whoa, there's not a lot of warning for a mudslide like this. Those people driving at the base of that hillside, they're basically a sitting duck. This is a frightening situation. That came out of nowhere.
But in fact, the event had been brewing for quite a while.
At some point, there's just so much water. The hillside itself is no longer structurally sound, and it just begins to give way, rushing down the hillside.
And it's scary because it's not just water, it's mud, it's heavy, it's thick. It can do serious damage and even kill you.
Dozens of first responders and residents worked to rescue people trapped in the mud and wreckage, but miraculously, no one was killed.
Anyone that survived this is extremely lucky to be alive. In 1999, the so-called Vargas tragedy in Venezuela is estimated to have taken the lives of 30,000 people. Approximately 100,000 people were left homeless. When disaster strikes, there's little time, if any, to react. And if you're caught in the wrong place at the wrong time, it could mean your life.
Watch out, guys. Windows up. Oh my God!
April 9th, 2015, North Carolina resident Sam Smith is traveling through north-central Illinois when he is caught in the crosshairs of a deadly tornado. He calls his 14-year-old son as he captures the event on his phone.
This is a tornado, and I cannot tell which way it is going, so I don't know how to get away from it. But it looks like it's coming right towards me.
This is a Category EF4 tornado.
In that category, the winds are estimated at 166 to 200 miles per hour.
Sam remains remarkably calm in the midst of chaos.
Yeah, I'd say it's gonna come right over me.
He has never faced this kind of extreme weather and seeks shelter under an overpass.
Let me see if I can back up here a little bit and get under the bridge.
He's in a bit of a tricky spot here because I feel like if he goes forward, and maybe he was thinking the same thing, he's going to put himself in greater danger.
It's such a false sense of security that you get being under there because what you're doing is buying yourself a few more miles an hour of wind strength with the funneling effect under the bridge and no protection from the debris.
Getting under the overpass is like squeezing the water in a garden hose. It goes faster. So the wind gets squeezed, it goes faster. Any debris it picks up is going to come at you faster.
Faced with no good options, Sam has to make a choice.
I don't really know what to do except, I guess, sit here. Maybe duck down.
You're in your car and it's the last resort. You keep your seatbelt on, you can duck down below the window level, and it can at least protect you from flying debris. Your car's taking that beating and not you.
Oh, that is scary. The truck is, oh my gosh. The truck feels like it's about to lift up off the ground. I'm lying.
200-mile-per-hour winds are fully capable of sending Sam's vehicle flying in the air. He is lucky it doesn't.
If that tornado had come directly over him, that would have been a horrible place to be. The car would have likely flipped.
Fortunately, the tornado took an eastward path. That is typically the weak wind side of a tornado.
Well, this guy's really lucky that the tornado didn't take a hard turn and move right over him, because the consequences could have been fatal.
This tornado took 2 lives. Sam's was spared. His truck only suffered minor damage.
That is completely crazy. The truck feels like it's about to lift up off the ground.
See if you can find the lowest possible area and get as close to the ground as possible, because as you go close to the ground, the wind rapidly diminishes to 0 right at the ground.
From a distance, not all weather phenomena may appear menacing. But don't let this fool you. Some storms are more dangerous than they seem. August 2011, Santan Valley, Arizona. A father and his son step outside to witness a seemingly benign summertime storm.
There's a microburst right there, Mason.
A microburst is a sudden downward burst of wind that exists within a thunderstorm. In some instances, they can be deadly.
You can see off in the distance the curtains of rain that are falling, and there's some dry air that's also entrenched into the system at the same time.
The winds can't blow downward and then into the ground, so instead it hits the ground and spreads outward, giving what sometimes are damaging wind gusts.
Only minutes after they begin filming, the father and son are startled by an ominous sign.
Look at all these birds. There's thousands of them.
Things aren't quite normal. This isn't a typical thunderstorm.
When you see flocks of birds leaving an area, that's your first clue to go inside.
Holy moly. Oh, yeah, that's one way to put it. Holy crap.
Wind like that in a wet microburst can exceed 70, 80, even 90 miles per hour.
That's the equivalent of basically an EF1 tornado.
Most people think only tornadoes are capable of such extreme force.
People discount straight-line winds, right? When there's not a tornado warning, people generally don't give it the same amount of respect.
Mason! Mason, get away from the windows now! Get away! Stay here, stay here.
After rushing his kids to safety, the dad goes back out to retrieve another member of the family.
Where's the dog? Where's the dog?
Dog was okay. Didn't look like it was hit by anything, so that is good news for all the animal lovers, myself included.
The powerful, fast-paced storm is over in an instant, but its wreckage can be found everywhere.
Holy moly.
How much do you know about microbursts? Although less well known than tornadoes, microbursts are much more common. According to the National Weather Service, there are approximately 10 microburst reports for every tornado. Coming up, a couple drives on thin ice.
Why are you slowing down?
And a rainstorm in China gives a whole new meaning to skimming the surface.
If that was dry pavement, she would be torn up.
When Weather Gone Viral continues.
I felt awful because of my psoriasis. I was covered from head to toe with it. It really hurt. Then I started Cosentix. That was 4 years ago. How are you? See me.
Cosentix works fast to give you clear skin that can last. Real people with psoriasis look and feel better with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about an infection or symptoms. If your inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen, or if you've had a vaccine or plan to, serious allergic reactions may occur.
I look and feel better.
Ask your dermatologist if Cosentix can help you move past the pain of psoriasis.
Seen blood when you brush your floss? Can be a sign of early gum damage. New Parodontax Active Gum Repair kills plaque bacteria at the gum line to help keep the gum seal tight. New Parodontax Active Gum Repair Toothpaste.
At Domino's, we're constantly innovating to find better ways to deliver you pizza, which is why we're testing driverless delivery powered by Neuro.